What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today, as you can see probably by the title, I'm going to show you how to get the most lift capacity out of your small tractor for only $10. So first thing we need to do is go grab the tractor so I can demonstrate this for you. All right, tractor's sitting here in the new barn, which looks like we've got a low tire. So, and we gotta fix the brush guard. I accidentally bent it. So, let's see if we can get this thing started up and move it over to the garage. All right, guys, got her filled up. Looks like we have a 5-gallon tank, because that was just about 5 gallons and it was pretty empty. So let's get her on over to the garage. All right, guys, so we got it backed up in front of the garage here so we can get to working on it. So just a quick rundown of like what we're doing here. So if you don't know, most of the time these little tractors can actually lift with the front end loader like a whole lot more than they're actually probably supposed to. So basically what that means is you can take a full bucket of dirt, and if it's a little wet and you go to lift it up without any weight hanging off the rear, you'll actually lift the rear tires off the ground. And that's actually a really unsafe thing, because when you got a full bucket load and you've only got 2 front tires or even just 3 tires on the ground, of course that's not safe. So by the title of this video, what I mean by getting the most out of your little tractor is we're going to actually put some water in the rear tires, and that will act as weight. A gallon of water weighs about 8 pounds. I'm thinking these tires will hold around 500 pounds of water each. So that'll add about 1,000 pounds or so to the rear. I'll actually do the tire calculator and throw the numbers on the screen, because I'm sure that I'm wrong. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how to fill your tires up with water, so that way you can have some rear ballast hanging off the back, so you don't have any dangerous situations where you're picking up a bucket load of dirt and it's picking your tires off the ground. So let me get set up and we'll get it going. First off, you want to go ahead and get your tires jacked up, which we started leaning to that side, so apparently we're going to do this one first. What I need to do, disengage the differential lock so that way we can spin them separately. Okay, so once you got your tractor jacked up, you want this valve stem to be at the top. And we'll go over why in a minute. So we're going to take our valve cap off, which actually I think I can just remove this guy here, and I don't need to pull the core out. Let me get a channel lock. All right, so this came loose pretty easy. Now we should, yep, hear that? We should start to lose air. All right, so that's going to make it really easy for us. So you want all the air out of the tire. We're going to set our valve core down where we're not going to lose it, which we probably will lose it. Okay, so we got no air in that tire at all. Now we're going to grab our air water adapter. This is made by Slime. We got this from Tractor Supply. It's like $10.99. So let me get it opened up. All right, so we got it opened up, and it looks like the piece that it comes with is gonna go ahead and it's gonna fit right on our valve stem. So that's cool. And then this here is a little bleeder. So that's gonna come into play a little bit once we start to put water in here. So we'll get that finger tight. Now we're gonna take our garden hose, which I've got pinched here because the water is on. Bring that over to this side. And I'm gonna set you guys down real quick because I won't be able to do this with one hand. All right, so we've got the garden hose hooked up. Now, quick disclaimer before I get roasted in the comments, because normally you don't want to put straight water into your tire. Me living in Florida, we really don't have to deal with freezing and freezing cold temperatures, because obviously someone up north, if they put straight water in their tire, it could freeze, and then you've got a block of ice in your wheel, and that's no good. So yeah, in Florida, the coldest we ever see is like 32, 34 degrees, and this water ain't gonna freeze in here. Otherwise, people will use like a beet juice, or they'll use a antifreeze, or even a windshield washer fluid, so that way it doesn't freeze on them. But we're just gonna go straight water just because we can. So I'm gonna let the hose go, and we're gonna start to fill this tire up with water. I can hear it. We're filling up. So now, as the water goes in, air is going to need to go somewhere because it's going to build up pressure as the water is taking up space in the tire. And that's what this little valve here is for. So we're going to let this fill for just a little bit, and then we'll pinch off the hose. We'll hit that valve, let all the air out, and then we'll keep going. I don't know how much water's gone in, but hear that air? Gonna let all that air out. You know what, it might actually be faster if I just unscrewed that cap real quick. So there we go, we're back in business, filling up again. It's way faster just to unscrew this, which I've only got this on like 2 threads, so it's just gonna drip a little bit, but it'll be nice and easy to remove and let the air out. But so we can talk about this real quick while we're waiting on this to fill back up. So kind of rule of thumb is you don't want to fill the entire, here, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, that's better. So the idea is you don't want to fill the entire tire with water, mostly because if you filled it solid with water, it would be an extremely bumpy ride. It would be an extremely bumpy ride because you still need that air in there to act as a cushion. So basically what you want to do is you kind of want to fill the tire like 75% full. So about here or so. So I'm going to stop when the water actually starts to just come out of the valve stem just a little bit. And that will tell me that the water is right here. Another way you can check your level, if you think you're good, you can just rotate the tire. And as you rotate the valve stem, wherever it starts to leak, that's where your line of water is. So let me pinch this off real quick, and let's open this up. I can already hear the water or the air. There we go, nice and easy. We are back in business, filling again. So yeah, I'm just gonna basically fill from the valve stem over, and then I'm gonna fill the rest up with air. So that way it's still gonna be a nice comfortable ride and everything's gonna be good. We just wanna add some weight to the back. So I will check back in with you guys when I go to the next step. All right guys, so I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm gonna pinch this hose off and see if I can remove this with one hand and show you what this is like. I don't know if I can do it. Oh, there we go. Alright, and then we put it back on and we let it rip. So we're getting close to being done. I would guess we're about here. right now, and I did some research, and it looks like each tire is going to hold about 405 pounds worth of water. Water is 8 pounds per gallon, so you can do the math, but yeah, we're looking at about 400 pounds per tire. So we're gonna have about 800 pounds, you know, on the rear end of the tractor. So that should help us substantially with picking up these heavy loads. Which when we're done, when we get all finished up with both sides, we still have some fill dirt left over from the barn project. So I'm gonna lift a full bucket of that, because a full bucket of that would make these tires come off the ground. So we're gonna see if it's any better when we get finished up with this. So, all right guys, I just pulled it off and I guess we're full. All right, so we were full as you guys saw, but I'm gonna cheat a little bit and I'm going to try to get this on camera because it'll probably be funny. I'm gonna try to cheat a little bit and put a little extra in. So let me get this set up for you, and then we'll go ahead and all right, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Alrighty, so let me shut this off real quick and then we'll talk. Alrighty. Alright, that'll be good. Okay, so let's get our channel locks and make sure this is nice and tight. It's got an O-ring, so it doesn't need to be extremely tight, but I want it a little bit tighter than I can get it with my fingers. Okay, that'll be good enough. So now, what we want to do, we're going to pull this little cap off, set it aside, and I've had my compressor running. I'm going to turn it on real quick, and then we're just going to put a little bit of air in the tire, and we'll be moving on to the other side. So we should get some water. Yep, we get water. All right, I think that's good. We will put our valve stem cap back on. Okay, and now one side is done. So drop our jack. Here we go. Looks pretty good. I'll put a tire gauge on it in a little bit and see what we got. I think I want probably 10 PSI in there, something like that. So now we're just gonna come over to the other side here, move the jack around. All right. Other side is jacked up. So let's get our channel lock, AKA valve stem removal tool. And we're going to turn this so our valve stem is up at the top if we can. All right, valve stem is straight up and down. So now we're just basically gonna repeat the same thing on this side. So we're gonna just crack that loose. All the air is gonna come out. That had a lot in it. All right, set that down so we're not gonna lose it. Grab our hose. Thread it on and fill. That's it, easy as that. So you guys don't need to see this again. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this side done, and then we will take it over to the dirt and we'll move some dirt around. Maybe we'll try and pick up the white trailer, the neck part of it, because I know I couldn't do it before. And we'll just do some testing and see if this helped us any. So, all right guys, so we got both sides done. It's back on the ground. We put a little air in there. We're just gonna put our valve stem cap back on. right, and now it is time to go test it. So let's go over to the dirt pile and let's see how it performs with a little bit extra weight in the back. But just for fun real quick, I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but let's see if we can pick up the neck of this trailer like if we were gonna move it. We don't have enough lift power. But that's a good sign because, well, hold on. That's actually a good sign because I didn't think we'd be able to actually lift it, but I tried to lift it before to move it, and it would just lift the back of the tractor up, so I knew. We've got an improvement. Here's the remainder of the dirt pile. I did all the foundation around the barn. We've got a little bit left. It's a little low there. I gotta add some more. But no matter what, I couldn't get a full bucket. And when I would get close to a full bucket, every time it would lift the back tire off the ground. Sometimes both the tires because it was so heavy. So we're gonna put it in fourth gear, low. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it in first gear, low. Make sure our bucket is nice and level. Because this tractor doesn't have a float position, it just doesn't work. So let's throttle up. And let's see if I can push into this pile. Oh yeah, that's a huge difference. So before, I was never even able to push into the pile that hard. I would always have to curl a lot earlier and try and get the weight to be more towards the back of the tractor so it would balance, but I was able to push right in, so that was really good. And it feels totally safe driving it now. It doesn't feel unstable at all. I can carry this all day long. So we're at a win so far. should have done this months ago. This is great. Alright guys, so it's the next day. Kind of got a little out of hand working on the tractor yesterday. Just got all that dirt moved. So I just went ahead and finished that while I had the daylight. So to end this video off, putting water in the rear tires was probably the best thing I've done with that tractor so far. I should have done it a long time ago. I mean, you guys might not be able to tell in the video, but I mean, you can just pull right into the dirt pile and take a full scoop and drive away with it, no problem. No tires lifting up, no bouncing around. It's really nice. So, I mean, I couldn't be happier, and it only cost me $10.99 and probably about an hour's worth of time. So I should have done it a long time ago, but super happy with it. So if you guys like this video, consider subscribing. And I know I've been kind of lax on the videos lately. I've just been really busy with the barn and stuff, which if you guys want to see a barn tour and kind of hear the story about the barn, I can give you guys that. Just let me know in the comments. But all right guys, that's all I got for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you.